Hello, welcome to an LCS video. In this video, I'm going to be going through my preseason predictions / power rankings for the 2022 LCS Spring Split. Note these are my predictions for the Spring Split, not the lock-in tournament, because every team is just using Academy players and no one really cares about Academy, so yeah. Also, this is all my opinions, so if you disagree, okay. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. I don't know. Coming in last place is Dignitas. This team is, how do I put it nicely? Dog water. For starters, the only noticeable players on this team are Fake God and Biofrost, who aren't that amazing. Secondly, they basically wasted 2 import slots for one of the worst performing LEC mid laners last year, and a Korean jungler who I'll give them credit has some potential. And lastly, they probably have the worst bot laner in the league. Sorry, Neo. Overall, I don't really have that high of expectations for this team. Honestly, the OG Dignitas roster would probably do better than this team. At least they brought back the old alien logo. This team's a hit or miss for me. They have Afremu and Jose Diodo on their team, who are definitely experienced to say the least, but the rest of the players are all gray face unknowns to me. Kumo, Johnson, and Tukoi, how do you... that guy are all just unproven in my opinion. Okay, maybe not Johnson as much, but the others, yeah. I could be wrong and they could definitely do better, but I predict they'll place no better than 5th place. Going Guardians, please, guys! There's nothing exciting about this team. They got some notable players like Licorice, Lost, and Ole, who are all big names, but they got Pride Stalker and a Blaze Olive, who don't really elevate this team all that much. Sure, they're not bad choices, but they don't really add that much to this team. I mean, they are owned by the Golden State Warriors, and frankly, they don't give a shit about this team. With COVID taking away attendance money, they basically have no income, so for a budget roster, they did the best that they could.
Welcome to Progressive.com.
Fuck you, IGC. As much as I hate this org, their roster isn't bad. That's probably the nicest thing I could say about them. I mean, they got PoE and Wild Turtle, who are LCS veterans, and they definitely add something to this team. And you still have Revenge, Xerxes, and Destiny from last year, who aren't bad. But I'm placing this team 7th because I don't want them to do well. Overall, this roster is bad, but I just really hate the org. Seriously, fuck them.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Honestly, I think Cantling Gaming will do alright this year. After the fiasco that happened last year, they Bud Light aced their entire roster and basically assembled the All-Star Academy team. They got Jenkins, Contracts, Palafox, Luger, and Poom, who are all insane prospects, and could possibly be mainstays in the LCS. I'm actually excited to see how this team does. This just shows that if you're gonna go for a budget team, might as well go full NA. This team looks solid. They have Impact, the former SKT T1 alumni, Inspired, one of the best junglers last year in the LEC, Jojo Pyun, a rookie who has a funny name, Danny, the 2021 rookie of the split for summer, and Vulcan, probably the best NA support player. They also have one of the best coaching staffs from last year, and he still has Venskaren and Ignor on the bench. 2 players who can definitely go to any other team and instantly become a starter. Overall, this team looks very solid, and they can definitely place higher, but they're only 5th because I put these other teams higher.
What do you think of your team this year?
TSM!
Next up are TSM, or TeamSpeak in Mandarin, and honestly, I'm probably putting this team way higher than they should be. But here are my reasons. 1, they still have the 2021 Summer Split MVP Spica, and Huni I guess. Secondly, they added Tactical, one of the best NA bot laners right now. And lastly, their 2 Chinese imports Kaiduo and Shenyi have mad potential. They can either tear up the league or completely shit the bed. Either or. Who knows, maybe they have the next Bjergsen on their hands. In all honesty, I'm probably rating this team very highly, but I have faith in these Chinese rookies. Mainly because EDG won World, so everything will be a Chinese diff. If they do good, they'll probably be one of the best teams in the league. If not, well, they'll probably get verbally assaulted by their CEO again. Korea 9 looks interesting this year. Their roster is definitely a side grade from last year's. They got rid of Perks and Vulcan, but they still have Blabber, the best jungler in the LCS, don't at me, Fudge, who swapped to mid lane for some reason, and they somehow convinced Ven to stay, even though he's basically not going to get any playing time. They also brought in Summon and Berserker from the LCK, which I think they're heavily underrated. However, the support situation is meh. They're trying to replace Vulcan with Owls and Winsome, but I don't see either of them being as good as Vulcan. But what really intrigues me about this team is their head coach LS. This man basically said fuck amateur and is essentially creating a 12-man roster. This could go well, but I could also see some drama brewing within the next couple of months. They're the reigning champs. What else can I say about them? They still have the same team from last year with Someday in the top, Closer in the jungle, Abadage in the mid lane, FBI in the bot lane, and Huhi as support. Not to mention they still have Reaper as their head coach, and they somehow yoinked Miffy, Cloud9's previous head coach, to be their assistant coach, so yeah. The only thing I fear is that they'll bench Daddy again and try and force Tenacity into the team, but who knows, maybe they won't. Now, I'm a 100 Thieves fan, but I gotta be honest, the next team just looks too good. I mean, did you really expect any other team? Team LEC just looks so good this year. They got Bwipo, one of the best top laners in the LEC last year. Santorin, one of the best junglers in the league. Hansama, probably the best LEC ADC last year. 4JJ, the best player in the LCS, don't at me. And the legend himself, Bjergsen, who they somehow convinced out of retirement and to leave TSM. This team looks amazing, but while their coaching staff worries me a bit, I basically expect this team to carry themselves. But yeah, those are my predictions. I might do another one for the summer split or for other leagues like the LEC, LCK, or even LPL, but we'll see. Once again, this is all my opinion, so if you disagree, by all means tell me how you would have done it in the comments. Anyways, that's it for the video. If you guys like this video, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.